All right, welcome. Let's just jump right into one of the biggest, most frustrating parts of trying to eat healthy. We're going to crack the code on how you can feel full, satisfied, and totally in control, not by using more willpower, but by using a whole lot more strategy. Oh, you know this feeling, right? It's the absolute worst. You've made this perfect, healthy meal, you did everything by the book, and an hour later your stomach is growling. It's enough to make you want to give up completely. And here's the thing. It's not a willpower problem. The real enemies are these four things right here. It's that constant nagging hunger. It's those cravings that just pop out of nowhere. It's the fact that, hey, we don't have 3 hours to cook every night. And of course, it's just plain boring food that makes you want to order takeout. But what if we could take out all four of those enemies with just one single powerful idea? Yeah, it's time to stop thinking about restriction and start thinking about leverage. This is the whole game changer right here. It's not about just gritting your teeth and white-knuckling your way through another diet. Nope. This is about understanding what your body is actually telling you and using a bit of food science to work with your biology, not against it. And here it is. We call it the dual leverage principle. This is the big idea. It's all about the powerful combination of protein and fiber working together to make you feel incredibly full and satisfied for hours. Think of it like a 1-2 punch that just knocks hunger right out. Okay, so this whole strategy, it boils down to three super simple numbers, three benchmarks you want to hit for your dinner. First, get at least 30 grams of protein. Second, hit a target of 8 to 15 grams of fiber. And third, make sure you can prep the whole thing in 20 minutes or less. If you can hit these three targets, you are golden. All right, let's dig into the first piece of this puzzle, and honestly, it's the most powerful one, the protein mandate. There's this incredible scientific idea called the protein leverage hypothesis, and what it basically says is that your body is on a mission to get enough protein. If your meal is low in protein, your brain will keep sending out "I'm hungry" signals, pushing you to eat more of everything until it hits its protein quota. It's this primal drive that you just can't willpower your way out of. Okay, so that's the science, but what does it actually look like on a plate? Well, let's take a look at a real-world example. This high-protein Tuscan chicken isn't just ridiculously delicious, it's a strategic weapon for crushing that protein goal. Check this out, 61 grams. That's not just hitting our 30-gram target, that's more than doubling it. A meal like this sends a massive hormonal signal to your brain that basically screams, hey, we're good, we're satisfied, you can shut down the hunger signals now. And hey, when you're at the store, just knowing the difference between your cuts of chicken can be a huge help. Chicken breast is a little leaner, it packs a bit more protein, so it's an amazing choice. But seriously, don't sleep on chicken thighs. They're way juicier, more flavorful, and almost impossible to overcook. Plus, they're still a fantastic source of protein. Both are great tools to have. Okay, so that's protein. That's the hormonal side of things. Now let's talk about the other half of our 1-2 punch, the fiber factor. So, fiber is amazing. It does two really cool things. For one, it physically bulks up your meal. It fills up your stomach without adding a bunch of calories. And number two, it slows everything down, which helps keep your blood sugar stable. That means you avoid those crazy energy spikes and crashes that leave you starving an hour later. And that brings us back to our target number. We're shooting for that sweet spot right between 8 and 15 grams of fiber for dinner. That's the range that really helps you feel full and stay full. So what does a high-fiber hero meal look like? Well, a perfect example is something like this slow cooker beef and bean chili. It is just loaded with fiber-rich stuff like beans and tomatoes and onions. 13 grams of fiber. Bam! It lands right in the middle of our target zone. And when you combine that with its 38 grams of protein, this chili is an absolute satiety superstar. You see, this is the dual leverage principle in a bowl. Okay, look, all this science is fantastic, but it's totally useless if you don't actually have time to cook, right? So let's talk about that crucial third benchmark, beating the time barrier. Let's just be real. On a busy weeknight, if a meal's going to take more than about 30 minutes to make, it's probably not going to happen. Not consistently anyway. Speed isn't just a nice to have. It's absolutely essential if you want to stick with this long term. And this is where strategies like one-pan cooking become your absolute best friend. Look at this baked fish in foil idea. It's just genius. Why? Because you've got minimal prep, amazing flavor, and here's the best part, almost zero cleanup. This is how you win on a busy Tuesday night. All right, so we've got the principles down. Now let's arm you with a practical toolkit, your culinary arsenal, if you will. This is all about having smart, easy swaps ready to go so you can handle any craving that comes your way without getting derailed. Just look at how simple and powerful these swaps are. You're craving pizza? Make a crust out of chicken and cheese. It's amazing. You need pasta? Zucchini noodles with shrimp scampi. Craving fried rice? Use cauliflower rice instead. These aren't just substitutions, they're strategic upgrades that keep you full and satisfied. And this brings us to the most important point of all, the real mindset shift. This is not about deprivation. It's not about what you have to give up. It's about being strategic. It's about leveraging science to build meals that feel abundant, that taste incredible, and that leave you feeling deeply satisfied. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. What if real, lasting change has nothing to do with restriction and everything to do with strategy? Because when you make that switch from a mindset of willpower to a mindset of strategy, you don't just change your diet, you change the entire game.